Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. We're going to be taking a look at the top 5 loadouts for King of the Hill vehicle servers. More specifically, the best loadout to kill tanks, the best loadout to kill jets, the best loadout to steal tanks, the best loadout to run as a tank crewman, and the best loadout to just have some fun. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. Alright, so the first loadout we will be taking a look at is the best loadout to take out tanks. So for your uniform, you're going to run recon. For your perks, you're going to run launcher, indefatigable, and explosive. And then for your actual equipment, you're going to run an AK-12 with the scope of your choice. My personal favorite is the AMS. For your launcher, you're going to run the Titan MPRL compact with the Titan AT missiles. And then for the handgun, you can run any handgun of your choice or not use one at all. Now, this loadout's great for killing tanks because you have the speed boost and indefatigable, so you can cover a good bit of distance on foot. You have 2 rockets for your Titan MPRL, which can be wire guided and locked on, and is a 1-hit kill on almost every tank. In fact, it is a 1-hit kill on every tank, and the slammer up, it just depends on where you hit the armor. Now, you also have your explosive satchel. This does require you to get closer, but I mean, as a last resort, this can be a great way to take out enemy vehicles. Important thing to note is that while using this loadout, enemies can use smokes. So say you're shooting at a tank and you lock on, it will warn them they're being shot at. They can use their smokes, and this will prevent the missile from hitting them. So you want to try and find moments where they're not going to have time to smoke, or maybe they're not paying attention, and that will be your best chance to try and hit them. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next loadout. Alright, for the next loadout we're going to be taking a look at, we're going to be looking at the best loadout to kill enemy jets. So for your appearance, you're going to run recon. For your perks, you're going to run launcher, indefatigable, and explosive. And then for the actual loadout, my favorite weapon to use on this loadout is the AKM, because very rarely will you be fighting infantry over ranges of 400 to 500 meters. And this gun performs great at close to medium ranges. It's also very lightweight. And then for your launcher, the Titan MPRL with the Titan AA missiles. And then for your handgun, any handgun of your choice. And you don't even have to carry a handgun if you don't want to. Now, you have a decent amount of stamina, you regen stamina extremely quickly, and you have a 20% speed boost, making getting around on foot fairly easy, but I highly recommend taking a vehicle of some sort, usually an off-road, quad bike, jeep, hatchback sport, things like that. Now, jets can flare off lock-on missiles, so you want to find moments where it's going to be very difficult for them to flare. These are moments where they're flying straight at you, or they're relatively close to you, or distracted because they have other people shooting at them. Now, I also highly recommend leading your shots, because missiles will miss occasionally. If the jet is too close and you shoot too late, the missile will go right behind them. So make sure that you're going to hit that shot and aim a little further ahead of where the jet actually is. And this can be a decent way of making money, but you have to have enemy jets in the air, and they have to be pretty bad pilots, because a majority of pilots nowadays are very good at flaring off missiles. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next loadout. Alright, so the next loadout we will be taking a look at is the best loadout for being in a tank crew. So this is the loadout you'd want to run while using things like an APC or heavy armor. So that's your T-100 Varsuk, your Slammer Up, Tigris, Cheetah, those types of vehicles. For your uniform, you're going to run the default rifleman. For your perks, you are going to run launcher, engineer, and medic. And then as far as your actual weapons, you can use any high-powered assault rifle of your choice. My personal favorite is the AK-12, because it is a fairly consistent one-shot kill and performs very well at close to medium range. And then for scope, you can use any scope of your choice. My personal favorite is the AMS, because I can fight at all ranges. I can hit shots on the AK-12 at ranges of about 12 to 1300 meters. for your launcher, you're going to use the Titan MPRL, the Titan AA missiles. And then for the handgun, the P07 sound suppressed. You can use any handgun you want. This is my personal favorite. I find it to be the most effective while in combat. Now the reason this is a good loadout to use while manning a vehicle, because with your AK or whatever rifle you're using, and hopefully a good scope, you're able to fight at all ranges effectively and defend your armor if enemies come up to try and kill you. Your P07, if you run out of ammo on that rifle, you have a weapon to fall back on, and you also have a suppressed weapon if you need to take out enemies stealthily. And then you have an AA launcher so that you can take down any enemy jets that might be interfering with whatever you're doing, because very few tank crewmen are actually capable of shooting down jets. It's something that's very difficult to do. It takes a lot of practice. Now, you also have your engineer, so you can repair your vehicle if it is damaged, and then you have medic, so that you can revive the other people in the vehicle with you if they die. You know you can get them up extremely quickly, and you have extra smoke grenades to use to provide cover while reviving them or repairing the vehicle. So overall, great loadout to run if you're using any sort of armor. This is the loadout I always use whenever I'm in tanks or anything like that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the next loadout. Alright, the next loadout we'll be taking a look at is the best loadout for stealing enemy vehicles. So for your uniform, you're going to use Recon. For your perks, you're going to use Marksman, Launcher, and Engineer. And then for your actual equipment, you're going to use the GM6 links with the APDS rounds, the AMS, the RPG-42 element, and then you cannot run a handgun because you will have 0 stamina. The reason this loadout is great for stealing enemy vehicles is because the AP links can disable the tracks on any vehicle. I believe it takes a mag and a half to fully disable the tracks on a slammer up. You have an RPG-42 element, so you can both destroy or badly damage enemy vehicles if you need to. And the AP links is great for killing infantry. I recommend sitting at about 300 meters away from the vehicle, shooting out the tracks, and then waiting for the infantry inside to get out. You then proceed to snipe those infantry. You can go quickly repair the vehicle, drive it back to base, and sell it, or you can repair it and use it for your own combat. So, great loadout to steal vehicles. It's a ton of fun to use. Just keep an eye on your stamina, because you'll be able to move very, very little. I recommend taking a ground vehicle or a helicopter of some sort, finding your target, and then landing relatively close, but not close enough that they know you're coming. So let's go ahead and take a look at the final loadout. The final loadout we'll be looking at is just the best loadout to have fun on vehicle service. This loadout can make some money, but it's not necessarily designed to, and there's definitely better ways to make money on vehicle service. So for your uniform, you're going to run Recon. For your perks, you're going to run the Engineer, Indefatigable, and the Explosive perks. And then for your actual equipment, you're going to use the VERMIN with the side of your choice. I personally prefer the RCO. And then any handgun of your choice. I personally prefer the P07 sound suppressed. And then you're going to buy a Strider, or Hunter, or Ifrit, any of those three. You're going to find an enemy tank, and you're going to pull up right behind them and put a satchel down and basically a suicide bomb. I recommend getting your vehicle as close as possible. A lot of tank crewmen, their natural instinct whenever they find an enemy, the first thing they want to do is back up. So if you can get your Strider behind a tank and prevent them from backing up, it gives you enough time to place that satchel and deal the maximum amount of damage. The VERMIN, of course, it's a great weapon for close quarters. So if they see you coming and they get out and they're prepared to fight, you can use this and hopefully be able to win the close quarters fight. And I'll have a clip on screen right now demonstrating this tactic used on a slammer up. And then, I mean, overall, it's just great loadout to use. It's a fun loadout. As I said, it does not make much money, but you will definitely have fun. So that's everything for this video. I hope you guys found this guide helpful, and I will see you in the next one.